Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Do you struggle with saving money? Do you look back on your bank balance at the end of a week or a month and think to yourself, where did my money actually go? You're not alone, I'm the exact same. Well, I was the exact same. I am improving year upon year at saving and getting more compartmentalized with my expenditure, and I'm here to share with you my 2020 goals, sort of, and how I plan to achieve those budgeting goals. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up. That really helps me out with getting my video into people's subscription feeds. It basically tells YouTube that you like my content, and YouTube then will be like, do you know what? We'll show our content to more people. So I have a list here on my phone of changes I plan to make for 2020. Some of them might seem a bit like, really Laura? But trust me, when you do the sums, it actually does add up over time. The reason I am making these changes is, I'm gonna be straight up and honest with you, lay all my cards out on the table, sort of. I'm taking a pretty substantial pay cut in 2020 in order for me to spend more time doing the things I love, such as creating content, doing social media. I'm going to be traveling a little bit, very, very exciting things to come, but obviously I have to sacrifice some other things, and unfortunately that is going to result in a pay cut. And I don't want to compromise on my lifestyle, none of us do, so I want to continue living the lifestyle I lead, but it to cost me less money. So that's my goal. Okay, let's get cracking. The first and biggest thing I've done is, I actually started this last week. So my wages go into my current account. I have a Revolut card. If you don't, I suggest you get one. It's so handy for the likes of traveling, and it also helps with budgeting, as you're about to see. So what I've done is I've set up a direct debit from my current account in my Irish bank to send across a certain sum of money to my Revolut card every single Thursday, and that is my pocket money for the week. So that is what I have to spend on the likes of fuel, diesel in my car, socializing, food, i.e. groceries or eating out, and I've set it as quite a realistic number where it's not completely like down to the wire crazy small money. It does give me a little bit of wiggle room to have some fun. And then if I do require to buy something that's more substantial, I will have to consult with my proper debit card, and that'll just be more effort for me, and hopefully that will discourage me from making unnecessary purchases. If you would like to sign up for Revolut and you don't have one already, I'll leave my referral link in the description box down below. That will entitle you to a free card. I got the metal one, and yeah, it's so flashy, but honestly, just go with the regular old one. I don't think this is worth the monthly fee. It is very flashy though. I was in a pub last weekend and the bartender used it and he was like, ooh, this is very flashy, and I was like, don't make any assumptions there, son, this could bounce, because I didn't have a huge balance in it. Also, speaking of banks, as far as I know, almost all, if not all, Irish banks are now fee charging, which is so much fun not. I know my bank is personally one of the cheaper ones. It charges quarterly, and I think it's something like €17, €19. I'll put it on the screen. There is a way to skip those fees, and that is by keeping a certain balance in your account at all times. So what I did was I transferred that sum of money into my current account, and that is now going to be my new zero. I will not allow myself to go below that amount, because then I would incur bank fees, and I don't want to give the banks any more money than I have to. Am I alone in this? I got a credit card in the last few months. My credit card is purely for emergency purposes only, and for renting cars abroad. Truth be told, that's the only reason I got it. I was in Portugal earlier this year, and in order to rent a car you have to have a credit card. I didn't have one, but I managed to talk them around to accepting my debit card, but they put a hefty hold on my card. I think it was like €1,000. So to avoid that, I got a credit card, and I will not be using that for anything other than renting cars abroad, or maybe purchases that I'm not so sure of, because I know the comeback is much better on credit cards. When it comes to makeup and beauty, I'm sure you, like me, have tons and tons of products. This is something I have pretty much nailed in 2019. I will be continuing in 2020. I'm going to be shopping my stash. I have probably 8 or 9 foundations in my drawers there. Yes, I have my favorites and some that I don't like quite so much, but I will not let myself buy a new foundation until I've cleared out a couple of the ones already in my stash. So I will be using up what I have, even if I don't necessarily adore it. And that means when I do go to repurchase, I will probably purchase something that I really like. I cancelled some of my least used subscriptions. I cancelled Netflix. I cancelled Lightroom because I noticed I'm just using the features that are free. There's no need for me to have the monthly fee one. And I cancelled iCloud as well. That was costing me €5 a month, which if you do the sums is €60 a year. No thank you. So now I am backing it up to my laptop instead of the cloud. I did keep Spotify. Music keeps me sane. This is a pretty simple one. My home energy bills, electricity and gas. I'm just going to be more mindful of what I'm using when I'm using it. Obviously I'm not going to be walking around with a candle in the dark, but the likes of leaving lights on for hours at a time, I'm not usually that bad for that, but it's something I'm going to definitely be more mindful of. My home bills are actually quite fine. I think they're maybe 90 or 100 quid every couple of months. I'm living here on my own, so it is just me, and honestly I'm very rarely here. The stuff that probably uses up the most juice is probably what you can't see at the moment, is my filming lighting, to be quite honest. Ooh, when it comes to cheaper exercising, I like to keep healthy, I like to keep fit, I like doing yoga and gym sessions. Classpass is a really good way of getting affordable exercise in. I will leave my referral link down below if you'd like to sign up for Classpass. Essentially you sign up at a monthly rate. It takes that amount off your card and you get a certain amount of credits depending on what tier you choose. If you choose the smallest tier, it works out you get yoga classes for in and around €9 or €10, which is a huge saving. The standard yoga class these days in Dublin is anything from €18 to €22, which is crazy money. But I have found Classpass to be amazing for saving a few cash money dollars when it comes to exercise. This is one I kind of will struggle with. At the moment I get my hair done every 6 to 7 weeks. I'm going to push that out to every 8 weeks, and over the year that will mean I will have to get my hair done like 1 to 2 times less, saving me about €150 to €200 a year. I'll just have to sport scruffy looking hair for an extra couple of weeks. If you've seen my Aldi versus Dunnes video, you'll have seen, I'm going to let you look at it yourself. I will link it up above if you'd like to see it. I'm going to be buying the majority of my staples in Aldi, and then the just select few items that I can only get in Dunnes or Tesco there, as opposed to going into Dunnes and Tesco and buying everything there. It's worth the saving. I'm also going to be doing proper grocery shops, not these willy-nilly little ones. For example, I was going to go grocery shopping today just because I'd ran out of peanut butter. I looked in my press, I have plenty of food to do me for at least another week. I will survive without peanut butter. I can use nuts and seeds instead, topped on my porridge. I'll survive. When it comes to work dinners and work lunches, I'm going to be focusing more on food prepping, batch cooking. It's something I do anyway, but sometimes in the evening time I'll say, oh feck it, I'll just eat out tomorrow, and that's going to cost me anything from 12 to like €17. I paid $17.50 for a cauliflower steak before, which was just a slice of cauliflower with some vegetables around it. Nah. When it comes to eating out, I am such a foodie. I love eating out, trying new restaurants and cafes. I absolutely love it. I am, however, going to limit that to 1 time per week. Unless it's a business meeting, then obviously I will extend that. But for personal meeting up with friends, family, I'm going to limit my eating out to 1 time per week. Oh, here's one, and I don't know, does this appear super scabby? I'm going to be more mindful of how I drive. I've looked into it, and apparently keeping your revs close to the 2,000 rev mark is much more economical than driving it up to closer to 3. I've been trying this out for the last few weeks, and I actually think I have gotten about 80 or 90 more kilometers out of my tank, which doesn't sound like a lot, but if you think about that over the entire year, how often you fill up your tank, that is actually significant. So I'm going to be a little bit more mindful of my driving. I'm going to be a little bit more of a daisy than a Fast and the Furious. And when it comes to clothes shopping, I mean, I've been doing this anyway. I only buy stuff as and when I need it. I used to be that gal who'd go into Pennies and drop 200, 300 quid, buy huge bags of stuff and then not wear most of it. Now when I go to buy something new, I will hold it in my hand. I will say, okay, do I need this? And if the answer is yes, I will say, will I wear this until it literally falls apart? And if the answer is yes, and it's within my financial means to buy it, I will go ahead and I'll buy it. Does this mean I will never buy fast fashion ever again? Absolutely not. I'm not shitting money, and as I said, I'm taking a pretty hefty pay cut. I still believe you can buy fast fashion as long as you are mindful about what you're purchasing and you will wear it to the death. However, when I can afford it, I will still definitely treat myself to some more sustainable pieces. So that is it. Those are the changes I am going to be making. If you've any other tips or tricks, definitely let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to hear them. I love how talking about money and budgeting is becoming more socially acceptable now, and people get excited about this sort of content, so I'm really, really happy. When I initially realized I'm going to be taking a pay cut, I was like, oh damn, my content is going to have to take a hit. But actually the opposite is happening. I'm going to be creating a whole new segment on my channel around budget and money saving, which is unreal, deadly. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know you enjoyed this video by hitting that thumbs up button. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye. Mwah.